Hello, my friends. Welcome to Chapter 1, Lesson 7. Today we're going to talk about ordering and comparing numbers that have decimals in them. We talked about ordering whole numbers, and the procedure is a whole lot the same for use with decimals. You will be receiving a note about this called How to Compare or Order Decimals. So, first of all, I know when I was a kid in school, they would give us a question that looked like this and say, order this from greatest to least or least to greatest or whatever. And you can tell, once again, I'm using all the same digits. It's very, very confusing, I thought. So the first thing I do to order or compare decimals is I stack them vertically by decimal point. So it looks like this. See? Now, for those of you that think, oh, I'm going to do this in my head when they're done horizontally like this, good luck to you. It's difficult to do, and it's easy to make a mistake. Now, in your My Math book, the first part of your assignment today, they use number lines, and number lines are absolutely fine for learning. They will ask you to put each number on the number line, and then it's easy to see which one's greater and which one's less, and that's fabulous. But when you're in the Walmart and you're comparing prices on a bunch of different things, I don't really think you're going to see too many people stopping and drawing number lines in order to compare their prices. So it's good for learning so you can see, but it's not really practical for real life. And fifth grade math is the math of real life. So I want you to be able to use these skills in your everyday life. And shopping is a huge thing. So please don't think you're going to whip out a number line and start comparing prices, because it doesn't happen. So if you have all of your numbers, your first step is to list them, line them up vertically by decimal point, which I have done here. Now it is clear that not all of these numbers are the same, have the same number of digits. In fact, these two are shorties. I like to call them shorties, and I can do that because I myself am a shorty. So the next thing you do is you annex zeros, a very fancy word that I just learned from My Math. And what that means is you just pad these with zeros right here to make them the same length. So now all my numbers are the same length, right? They're all 3 digits. The next thing that I like to do is I kind of ignore the decimals for now. And I look at my problem and I say, okay, am I doing greatest to least or least to greatest? Last time we did greatest to least. So now we're going to do least to greatest. So I write down my super secret code right here to remind me. And now I look and I start as if it was a whole number. I'm ignoring my decimal. Pretend you don't see it. Don't close one eye if you need to. So I look at my digits that are in my 10th place and I find the least one, which is a 0. So that's my least one. Okay? The next lowest digit is a 5. So this one's pretty high, and so is this one. I've got 4 of them. So I go to my hundredths place and I see, oh, this one's got a 0. So that one's next. This one's got a 6, a 6, a 6. Oh. So I go to my thousandths and I see, oh, these two, oh, they're the same. So they're both going to be 3s because they come next. Then this one would be my 4th. Then I go back to my 2 that had a 6 digit in the 10th place, and I look at their hundredths place and I see, oh, 5 is less, so this will be, and then my highest number will be this one. And before you know it, I've ordered them. No tears, no problem, no sweat. Now, some of you are going to say, yeah, but you have to write them all over again, and it's a pain in the butt, and you can't be lazy. You can't. Because you think you're saving time by not rewriting stuff, and actually you're not saving time, because then when you get it wrong, you have to go back through it and do it all over again. So my advice to you is do it right the first time, then you don't have to do it all over again. And actually you end up saving time. The first time or two that you do this, it might take you a little bit longer and you'll think to yourself, oh, I could have done that in my head much easier. But when the questions get a little more complicated and you haven't practiced with the methods that I've shown you, then you get into trouble and you actually start taking more and more time because you have to do the question over and over again in order to get it right. And we want to get it right the first time. So when you are comparing decimals, just to recap, here are the steps. Line the numbers up vertically by decimal point. Pad the zeros, annex zeros for any of the shorties so that all of the decimals have the same number of place values, whatever that is. Then order the decimals according to whatever the requirements are of the question. And that's it. Okay. Oh, good timing. I'll talk to you later. Bye.